Hello everyone, this is Parag from Qtomation channel. Welcome to third tutorial of JavaScript. In today's tutorial, we will see Visual Studio Code installation. So Visual Studio Code is a code editor which we will install today. We will also see live server extension use. We will see document.write and console.log methods and their use. We will also see comments in JavaScript. So let's start with Visual Studio Code. So Visual Studio Code is a code editor. So basically to write the code, we can use multiple text editor like Notepad, Notepad++. But there is a benefits of using code editors. So there are multiple plugins and different type of features are available which enhances the writing code in our editors, right? So if we use any kind of a code editor, then it gives better experience while writing the coding, correct? So Visual Studio Code is the one which we are going to use. So let's see how we can install it. So Visual Studio Code, basically it's a Microsoft product, it's an open source tool. So we have to just search for Visual Studio Code and see, just click on the link. So here you can see I am currently using Windows operating system. So I will going to download the Windows wala thing. Right. Similarly, if you are using any other operating system, then you can select appropriate options from the list and just click on download for Windows. Then it will download one exe file. So exe is an executable file which you can save and install. So just double click on that exe file once you download that exe file, and it will install the Visual Studio Code. I have already downloaded and installed earlier. So once you install and open the Visual Studio Code, it will look like this. So there are multiple options are available. Now after you download and install the Visual Studio Code, next step is we have to create one project folder. So whenever we are going to write some HTML or JavaScript files, they will be stored in one project folder, right? So let's create one project folder as well. So I am going to name it as, let's say, my JavaScript folder, my JavaScript project. So we have created the folder my JavaScript project in this location, and the same folder we have to import that folder in our Visual Studio Code. So you can see the file option here, right? So just click on file, open folder, select the project folder which we have just created and click on select folder. It is now loading the folder which we have just selected, right? So you can see here that my JavaScript folder which we have just imported, you can see in this panel, right? Along with that, we can see some options as well, for example new file and new folder, right? So we are just going to create now one HTML file. So let's click on this new file option. Let's give the name as index.html. So it's creating the index.html file, correct? Now we will first create one HTML file, and we have to put the script tag in which we can write the JavaScript code. So now let's create one HTML file. So I'm just writing one HTML tag, similarly closing of HTML. In which there is a head tag, similarly closing of head tag. And then we will write the body and closing of body. Right. So yeah, so this is the body tag, and after that, as we seen in last lecture, we can use the script tag in which we will going to write the JavaScript code, right? So this is the close script. So yeah, within this script tag we are going to write the JavaScript code. Now we have seen that JavaScript provides one document object which is we are going to use, correct? So along with the document object provides one method. For example, document dot write. So whatever we put, so document dot write method, it prints the text or content which we are going to enter in these double quotes, that will be printed on the web page, right? So let's see, I am just printing document dot write hello world, and I am just going to save the file. Now we have to open this file, right? So now how we can open this file? So either we can go to the location where we have created that project folder, right? So this is our project folder. If you go to this folder, you can see the index.html is also created here. We have to just double click on this file, and this HTML file will be open on the web browser. Let's see what happens. See, you can see hello world is printed here, right? So this is the use of document.write method. So it printed the content which we have put here, right? Now similarly, we can format this text content as well by using HTML tags. Now I am going to use the heading tag, right? So I will just put h1 and closing h1. Let's save this file by Ctrl S, and let's open the same file on the web browser. I am just going to, this is the already open file, so I am just going to refresh this file. Now you can see here we can format the text content as well. So this is the basic use of document.write method. We can also, let me give you just one more example. So let's type document.write. Let's say I am putting some operation. For example, I am just putting 2 plus 3. Now semicolon, saving the file, and let's again open this file in the browser, and let's see what happens. So it will print 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, right? So it, whatever we are putting in the document.write, it prints that thing on our web page, right? So let's again save this file. This is how we can use the document.write method. This is the method provided by document object, right? Similarly, there is one more object in JavaScript, that is console. So what console object does? So basically there is one method as well, console.log. So this method prints the data in the console window of the web browser. It will not print the data on the actual web page, just like what document.write does, right? So whatever we put here, for example, we have written hello world in document.write, it got printed on the web page. But console.log prints on the console window of the web browser. So let's see how it works. So I'm just going to put some content here. Let's say hello world on console. Again saving, I'm just saving this file, and let's try to open the file again. I'm just going to refresh this. You can see here, you cannot, you are just saying the hello world and 5, that is used by in document.write method. So where that console.log got printed, right? So you have to just right click on the web page. You can see the inspect element option here. So just click on the inspect element. You can see one console window is there, right? So just click on the console. So this is basically the console window, and we can see the content which we have written in the console.log got printed on the console window here. So let's see one more time. Now I am just going to print console.log, let's say 4 into 3, right? So I'm just saving this file. Go to the web browser and open the file again, and see what it prints on the console. See, here it prints the 12 as well, right? So 4 into 3 is equal to 12, and it is not printed on the web page. So that is the basic difference between document.write and console.log. So document.write will print the content on the web page, and console.log will send the content on the console window of the web browser. So this is the console window where we can see the output, right? Now as we have seen, currently we are changing the content in our HTML file, right? So we are just writing the code here, we are saving the file, and we are again opening that file on the web browser. Now there is one extension known as live server. Now what is the use of that extension? So every time we have to save the file and we have to open the file again and again, right? So it takes some time. So to avoid that, there is a extension that is known as live server extension. So by using that extension, we can make changes in our script, that is JavaScript, and that will get automatically reflected in real time in our browser. So we don't have to every time, write the content, save the file, and again open again and again, right? So that will reduce the time which is normally taking in every process, right? So let's see how we can install the live server extension in our Visual Studio Code. So just you can see one setting option here, right? So just go to setting. There is an extension option. Just click on the extensions and we can search the extension here. So I'm just going to type the live server. You can see the first option here only, right? Just click on the install. It will take some time to install. Let's wait until it gets installed. Now our extension is installed now. Now let's go to the project again. Now if I click on the index.html, so far what we have did, we were just going to the folder location and opening that file in browser, right? Now if I by using the live server extension, it will internally create one local server which will be used to, real time. We can see the changes real time only. So I will just going to click on right click on index.html, and you can see one option here, that is open with live server, right? Just click on the open with live server. It will open the browser and you can see here hello world is printed here, which we have mentioned in the document dot right here, right? Now we will see how we can use the real time. So let me just parallelly show you. So for example, this is our web page, right? Now we are going to make the change in our index.html. For example, let's again use document dot write. Document dot write. I am using live server, and as soon as I will save this file, now I am going to save this file. See this. So as soon as I save the file, the content which we have just mentioned here got printed in the web page, right? So we don't have to every time save the file and open the file again and again, right? I'm just going to change, make it bold. See, as soon as I save the file by using Control S, the content which we are displaying is changing as per directly in real time, right? So this is the benefit of using the live server extension. So this was about the live server extension. Now in JavaScript, there is a comments. We can use the comments as well. So what is the meaning of comment? So for example, while writing the code, there are some things which we want to explain. For example, if I am the developer and I am writing the code today, now after a few days someone other join in my place, at my place, right? And he is also looking at my code, the code which is written by me. So to make the understanding of the code in much better way, or some for some explanation, I can write some comments in my code, for example, which will be ignored by interpreter and compiler, but that is mainly for explanation purpose. So for example, in JavaScript, similar to Java, to enter the single line comment, we can use the double slashes. So if I use double slash and I just write here, this is single line comment, Now this part will be ignored by the interpreter and compiler. Now this is only for the this is only for the understanding purpose. So this is how we can use the single line comment. I am just saving the file so you can see it is not getting executed by the compiler or interpreter, right? It is just for the understanding purpose, and interpreter or compiler will ignore this part of text or content which we have put after the double slashes. Similarly, we can add multiple line comments as well. For example, suppose there are multiple lines. For example, let's say now I want to comment this couple of lines, right? So I will just use slash star and star slash, right? So by using this slash star and star slash, this whole content will be ignored by interpreter, and this is treated as a multi-line comment, right? So I'm just saving the file. See, the same output is there. So it is not executed by the compiler or interpreter. It is just a comment. So this is how we can use the single line and multiple line comments in JavaScript. So far we have seen, right? So far we have seen the Visual Studio Code installation and its use. So Visual Studio Code is nothing but just a code editor which provides multiple extensions and different type of features which are helpful while the code writing and management of our project. Similarly, we have also seen the use of live server extension. By using live server extension, we can change the content of our code, JavaScript code, and we can observe the output in real time without making every time you opening the file, HTML file again and again. Similarly, we have seen document.write and console.log method. So document.write method prints the content on our web browser, web page, and console.log prints the content on the console window of the web browser. Similarly, we have also seen the single line and multiple line comments in JavaScript. So that's it for today's tutorial. In the next tutorial, we will see about the variables in JavaScript. So thanks for watching guys. Let's see you in next tutorial.